Welcome to Graphing Circles. This is actually a pretty easy lesson. This isn't going to be a very long lesson either. If you know the equation of a circle, then you can graph the circle by identifying its center and radius. Right, so we have the equation of a circle is x plus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 9, and we want to graph the circle. Right, so first, if you have any any addition signs, change that to minus and negative. Right, because we know that this is the formula for equation of a circle. Oh, just waiting for it to write. There we go. And it's x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So here we have x plus 2. That means that's really x minus a negative 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared. And then the 9 here is really the radius squared. Right? So 9 is the same as 3 squared. So that means the center of the circle is negative 2, 3, and the radius is 3. Right? So I'm going to graph that on the next page. And so these are the steps for graphing. And you should put this in your, if it's not in your notes, put this in one time. And we're going to do several. One time is good. Can't remember if you have that in your notes. All right, so we're going to graph, so for step 1, graph the center point. So we're going to graph the point negative 2, 3. Negative 2, 1, 2, 3. Step 2, we're going to use the radius and count our units up, down, right, and left from the center. The directions out it would be easy to count. All right, so I'm just make sure you put this, that I have reminded you, put this one in your notes. Just the step, oops. The steps. Put them in somewhere. All right, so now let's count right, left, up, down. All right, so from our center point, so the radius is 3. All right, so up, 1, 2, 3. Down, 1, 2, 3. Right, 1, 2, 3. And left, 1, 2, 3. And I can never know for sure where the point's going to end, but you make yours in the right spot. All right, so now you're going to take the compass and put it on the center. And you're going to open it so the point is on the radius. All right, so let's see now. Oops, I just messed up. Little too little. How about now? That looks pretty good. All right, so now I'm going to hold on to the pencil, and there it goes, and it is in the right spot. Now sometimes my points weren't in the right spot, like that should go right there, but the circle's in the right spot. And that's it. That's all there is to graphing a circle. You graph the center, you count right, left, up, down, the radius length, and then you open the compass up so the point is in the center and it's opened to the radius, and you just connect the points. That's all there is to it. Let's do a few more. All right, so by the way, if you didn't get a chance to write down the notes, because I only wrote them down one time, then make sure you write those down. And it looks like on the next page I forgot to, so you just pause it and write it down. It looks like I forgot to get rid of the circle, so pretend that's not there. Oops. Yeah, pretend it's not there. When I hit for the ink to clear the ink, it doesn't get rid of the circle. So I may have missed that one. All right, there it goes. All right, so now first of all, we need to rewrite this equation because that's not in standard form. So we want to add x squared to both sides because the x squared and the y squared should be on the same side. So we have x squared plus y squared equals 36. All right, so you see nothing is added to x and y. That means the center is 0, 0. The radius, so this is x squared plus y squared equals radius squared. So the square root of 36 is 6. So 36 is 6 squared. And that means the radius is 6. We're going to graph the center point, 0, 0, and then count all 4 directions, 6. Right? So up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. down 6, to the right 6, and to the left 6. All right, and then you just take the compass and open it so that it's the right length. This is not, oops. Did I put the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, I put in the right spot. So I make sure that they didn't put the numbers below. That looks about right. All right, so here comes our circle. And there it is. We went through all of our points. That's a good circle. All right, so we have graphed the equation x squared plus y squared equals 36. Right? That circle represents all the points that are solutions to x squared plus y squared equals 36. All the points on that graph. All right, let's do another one. This time I remember to erase the circle. All right, so it's already, and here I have the steps again. All right, so if you didn't write them on that last page, I put them over here. Identify your center and radius, graph the center point, count R units up, right, left, up, down, left, right, and put the compass at the center point, open R width, and connect the point. So if you didn't write it down the first time, here it is again. All right, so now the center, let's see, I'll do this one in red. So it's the equation for a circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. All right, so, oops, excuse me, I meant to write r squared. Although I'm thinking what r is for this particular circle. So the center of the circle is the 3, 2, because the negatives go with the equation. So 3, 2 is the center. The radius would just be the square root of 9. That's 3, because 3 squared equals 9. Right? And so that's all we need. Right? So we'll graph the center, 3, 2. And then we'll count 3 in all directions. 1, 2, 3. In the 4 main directions. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's a little off there with that circle that was left behind there. 1, 2, 3. There we go. We have counted. We'll put the compass, the point at the center. I'm going to close this up a little bit. And let's see, how does that, let's still open too much. How about now? Now it's, yeah, I guess that's good. All right, here goes our circle. Whee! And we're done. Another one is done. All right, that's all there is to it. All right, so you identify your center, you count in 4 directions the radius, and then you put the compass on the center, and you open it a radius width, and you draw your circle. All right, so now let's try this one. All right, so remember the equation is x minus, I'll put it above so I have some space, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. That means that x plus 4 is really x minus a negative 4 squared. And then y minus 1 squared. And then the square root of 25 is 5. So 25 is 5 squared. So that means the center is negative 4, 1. So when you see a negative, when you see a plus, just know that that's going to be a negative. Right? Because we have minus and negative. Oops, there goes my purple. So 4, 1, negative 4, 1 is the center. The radius is 5. So we'll graph the point negative 4, positive 1, and then we'll count in the 4 directions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Well, all right, we're not going to count in that direction because we're going to count right off the coordinate plane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we got 3 out of 4 points. We can still graph it, right? Because the compass will just keep on going. All right, we just count out the ones we can count out to help make sure that we're doing this correct. All right, let's see if that's open right. I think so. All right, here's our circle. Whoop. So we couldn't go through the 1 point, but we went through all the other 3. It's kind of hard to count. There's no coordinate plane. And there we go. There is the circle, looking pretty. Looks like I missed my spot. Maybe I had mine open up just a little bit, or I went too high above. Well, that looks a little better. It's hard to close the compass on the board here. I try and close it a little bit, and it closes a lot. All right, let's try this one. All right, so again, this is the equation of the circle. Is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. That means this is x minus a negative 5 squared. And then this is just y squared. So that's like y minus 0 squared. If you want, I can write that in there. So when you just have y, we have nothing added to the x or the y. That's just like y minus 0. And then the square root of 1 is 1. So that means the center is negative 5, 0, and the radius is 1. So we'll graph the point, negative 5. Oh, those points are stuck. Negative 5, 0. And then we'll count 1 in each direction. So this is a tiny circle. Teeny tiny. My points are almost as big as the circle. Whoops, don't want to open it up. All right, so I'm going to try to get that right on the right spot. I know sometimes my points aren't on the right exact spot that I want them to be, but let's see if I can get that compass to be. All right, let's close the compass. Oops, no, let's instead move the coordinate plane. How about now? Yes, okay, we're going to close it. It's going to be tough. It keeps flipping. All right, let's try it there. That's not open the right size. All right, ignore that. Completely ignore that. I did not have it open the right width. That's why it helps to have the extra points there, because it looked like I might have been right for that 1 point, but no. Let's try that again. No, don't make it bigger. Don't do anything. It's hard to do the small one. All right, this one's going to be it. I'm going to open up just a teeny bit more if I can. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go to the computer because I can't seem to open it up a teeny bit. It doesn't want to do teeny bit. Just teeny bit. Okay, how about that? All right, now let's try that. Here we go. And now we're a little bit big. Okay, I can fix that. I can do something that you can't do. Ta-da! Now if we get it in the right spot, we will have the right size circle. There we go. Oops. Now I'm making circles all over the place, aren't I? Oh no, that was the old circle I made. All right, so there we go. That was a little tricky for me. Not so tricky for you, I don't think. Oh, and that was my last one on the graphing. We're going to review, find the equations and writing the, and I wrote out some of the stuff just so that it would be clear for you. You do have this in your notes. So we're going to do this problem together, and then we're going to see how do you check to see if a problem is, how do you check to see if a point is on the circle. All right, so circle A, which is in blue there, you can see that the center here, where the A is at 16, 10. It's going up by 2's. The coordinate plane goes up by 2's. The radius is 10 because it's going from 16 to 18. I'll just go like that. So to 18, 20, 24. What did I forget? Sorry. So I started at 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. There we go. Lost my train of thought when I was making the radius. All right, so we have the radius, we have the center. So now we can just use the formula for the equation of a circle and plug in the center and the radius and simplify. All right, so this would be x minus 16 squared plus y minus 10 squared equals 10 squared. And let's simplify the 10 squared. So x minus 16 squared plus y minus 10 squared equals 100. Let's do the same thing for the green circle. Right? The radius is 8. Is that one 8? No, that one's 20. Oh, that says B. Like, that doesn't look like 8. That's a B. Okay, so the green one is circle B, and that would be not 20. That's the same size. That's 10. The center is 420. The radius is 10. So this circle is x minus 4 squared plus y minus 20 squared equals 10 squared. So x minus 4 squared plus y minus 20 squared equals 100. And then the last one, that one is a little larger. The radius is 12. It's centered right at the origin, so you don't have to put in minus zeros. You could put in x minus 0 squared and y minus 0 squared, but you could just, since it's at the origin, put in x squared plus y squared equals 12 squared. 12 squared is 144. So the equation of that circle is x squared plus y squared equals 144. And that's all there is to writing the equation when you know the center and the radius. The last thing we're going to look at is just how do you tell which of these points is actually on the circle. All right. Now, I wouldn't change the format of the circle. I mean, you could plug in, you could change it if you wanted to square, but I wouldn't change it at all. I would just plug in the x and plug in the y and simplify. I think that would be the easiest thing to do. All right, so now let's check the first point, -2, -1. Right, so if this is a point on the circle, then we're going to get the same thing on either side. We're going to get 25 on the left side to match the 25 on the right side. Now we're actually looking for the one that does not, so we should expect that 3 of these is the correct answer, and we get 25 equals 25. It checks out, and then one of them will not check out. So let's check out the first point. So we have -2 plus, so this is A, -2 plus 2 squared plus -1 minus 4 squared equals 25. Well, -2 plus 2 is 0. And -4 plus -1 plus -4 is -5. -5 squared is 25. That checks out. So A is not our answer. A is on the circle. Let's check B. And I don't know, I guess I'll write down here. So B. So we have 1 plus 2 squared plus 8 minus 4 squared equals 25. 1 plus 2 is 3. 8 minus 4 is 4. 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, and when you add those together, 25 does equal 25. So that one also checks out. That's not our answer. Let's check C now. All right, so we have 3 plus 2 squared plus 4 minus 4 squared equals 25. All right, so that would be 5 squared plus 0 squared equals 25. 5 squared is 25. So that one checks out. This is our last chance. All right, so now D. 0 plus 2 squared plus 5 minus 4 squared equals 25. So that would be 2 squared plus 1 squared equals 25. 2 squared is 4, 1 squared is 1, and 5 does not equal 25. All right, so this one here, D, is not on the circle. So if you want to know if a point is on the circle, just plug it in. If you get a true answer, then it checks out. All right, so not on the circle, and we can see why. All right, so that's going to be it for this video. In the next video, we will learn how to change from, in the next series of videos, how to change from the general form, right, to this nice standard form where it's really easy to figure out the radius and the diameter. All right, thanks for watching. Bye for now.